What's up everybody, and thank you for joining me for another video. My name is Whack4863, but you can call me Whack. In this video, we're going to look at the illusionary system, and what I can tell you is there's a lot of videos out on YouTube right now that are already outdated. There have been changes made to the illusionary system that blows the doors wide open. So, right now I can tell you I'm wearing 1,000 total armor. And the weapon that I'm carrying is a very, very special legendary weapon. So without further ado, as I give you a quick look at Phoenix, let's jump into what I'm actually wearing, and then I'm going to tell you what options and possibilities there are with the illusionary system. Here we go. I am actually wearing a full set of champion armor, and the sword that's on my back is the Sword of Crom. Now this is all done on the thaumaturgy bench. If you're not sure where to learn the recipe for the thaumaturgy bench, I'm going to put a link in the description to the video that I did about sorcery. That will teach you where to get the thaumaturgy bench, as well as where to learn sorcery and get started using that in the game. Let's jump in, and first I want to talk about what you cannot do. You cannot take two different types of weapons and combine them. So you can't make a hammer look like a short sword or any other variation. If you want the hammer to look like a different hammer, you can do that. If you want the short sword to look like a different short sword, you can do that. But you cannot mix and match different types. Just like I couldn't take a chest piece and a helmet and put them together, those types of things don't work. However, everything else is totally possible. With one caveat: if you want your armor to look like a DLC piece, you have to own that DLC in order to be able to make an illusion from it. Additionally, all items that you're going to put in the illusion system have to be at 100% health. So you have to fix them or repair them before you're able to give them an illusion. The other thing that you're not able to do is, say, take the love tap and make it look like a truncheon. Since essentially the love tap is actually a mace, you can't make it look like a truncheon. However, you could make your really cool looking truncheon look like a not as good looking truncheon if that's something you wanted to do. So let's go through a couple of different variations of things that we can do. So we're going to take Ajah's Bane for the source stats, and we're going to take the Stone Club for the appearance. When I combine those, that is going to turn that into an Ajah's Bane that looks like a stone club. Now I'm going to take the appearance of a Star Metal Great Axe and the stats of a Scythe of Thag and combine those, and that's going to look like the Star Metal Great Axe when it's actually the Scythe of Thag. I'm going to take a Black Ice Broadsword and make it look like a practice sword. I'm going to take the Dragon Scale Helm and make it look like a Decado Dancer headdress. The War Dancer's chest is going to look like the Dancer blouse. The Gauntlets of the Brute are going to look like the Dancer bracelets. The Vermin hide pants are going to look like the Dancer skirt. The Vermin boots are going to look like the Dancer anklet. So let's take a look at what we have. The first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and put this armor on just like that, so you can see all of those pieces look the way that they're supposed to after I put the illusion on them. However, you can see it still retains the stats from all those different items. And then if we look at Ajah's Bane, it looks like a stone club. If we look at the Scythe of Thag, it looks like a two-handed Star Metal Axe. If we look at the Black Ice Broadsword, it looks like a practice sword. Now you don't have to stay within the same weight either. So I can take this Godbreaker helmet and make it look like this Catan headband. This is a heavy piece of armor. This is a light piece of armor. This is also a DLC piece of armor. So I can combine those two things, and I'll show you that here in a moment. I can also take a Sandstorm mask and make it look just like earrings if I wanted to do that, just like that. And if I come back out here and I put this helmet on, you can see it looks like the Catan headband. If I come back out and put this on, you can see it looks like I'm wearing nothing when I actually have a Sandstorm mask on. So, like I said, you no longer have to be able to craft the recipe on the benches. In fact, you may not even have to learn them in the game if somebody else was to drop you these items. One thing you definitely have to do is, if it's a DLC item, you have to own that DLC in order to be able to apply an illusion to it. Now, I know this is probably going to get some people in the PvP community excited on either side of this fence. They're either going to love it or they're going to hate it. You might get some that are right down the middle and really don't care, but it does add a level of mystery to the battles that you're going to be walking into, because you don't know if that person that's running around in coarse clothes running with a stone mace actually has full Godbreaker armor on and has Ajah's Bane in their hands. Now, I know that I'm personally going to have a lot of fun with this, especially when it comes to dressing my thralls. I'm always putting them in heavier armor, but they look not as eye-appealing as they could. So I'm definitely going to be dressing them in a way that accentuates their stats and their talent, if that makes sense, and myself included. I want to know what you guys think in the comment section below. Do you like the fact that the thaumaturgy bench is now wide open for you to add an illusion to everything, or are you in the camp of people that think there should be restrictions to what you can add an illusion to? I'd like to thank all my YouTube members for your continued support. Y'all are absolute legends. If you'd like to become a legend, there's a button that says join on this page. Click that for details. There's 2 videos on the screen. Click one of those to watch next, and I'll meet you over there.